Tilde o acento. Have you heard these words before? Chances are you have heard the word acento, which translates to accent. So, for example, I am from Buenos Aires. I have a particular accent. People who are from other provinces in Argentina have a very different accent. My accent also is very different from the accent that people have in Spain or Mexico. What about the word tilde? Tilde makes reference to the stress mark that we put on top of some letters. It is very common that you hear native speakers speak about the stress mark with the word acento, which is not correct. We should say tilde. But you need to remember that when a native speaker says acento, he can be making reference to the dialect, like the way we talk in some regions, or to the stress mark, which is called tilde. So when do we use the tilde? We use the tilde on top of the vowels. So for example, you have here the letter A. We have to notice that with or without the accent, the pronunciation of the vowel does not change. As in French, for example, when you have a vowel in French with an accent mark, it becomes a different vowel. In Spanish, it is the same vowel. The only difference is that we're going to stress it more. So we have A, E, I, O, U. So we can place the tilde on any of the five vowels. We are not going to use the tilde on top of consonants. So they can only go on top of the five vowels. Sometimes when we have a one-syllable word, it does not make a difference at all if we do use the accent mark or not. So the difference will be only in the written form. For example, if I write C, that means if. But if I write C with a tilde on top of the I, that means yes. Both of them sound the same. C, C. We cannot make a difference because it's a one syllable word. So, for example, we would say el for the in masculine form, and we would say el with a tilde on the E for he. El, el. However, in words that have more than one syllable, you can note the difference in the stress. So, with words that are longer than one syllable, we have to stress one of those syllables. Sometimes the syllable will be stressed although there is no tilde. So, for example, when I say I specify, I would say especifico, especifico. So, can you see that the stress is in the FI syllable? Especifico, especifico. So that means that I specify, and even though the I has no tilde, the stress is there. But this word can be pronounced in a different way. If I put a tilde on the second I would say específico, específico, which means specific. So listen to the difference between these two words. Específico, específico. Específico, específico. At the beginning, it might not be that easy, but in time, you will get used to identifying where the stress goes. So let's repeat. Específico, I specify. Específico, specific. But some words, like this one, can even have a third way of being pronounced. So, for example, I could say especificó, especificó, with the stress on the last syllable because it does have an tilde. That would mean she or he specified. So let's review the three pronunciations for this word. Especifico, específico, especificó, específico, específico, Especificó. So when you're reading, you do need to remember where to put the stress. It's going to be easier if you see the tilde, because whenever you have a tilde, you know that that is the syllable that you have to stress. In cases such as the first one, it will be more tricky because there's no way in the beginning for you to know where to put the stress when there is no tilde. Practice will help you improve with this. So, whenever you are in doubt or about how to write a word, you can ask, ¿Cómo se escribe depósito? How do you spell depósito? ¿Cómo se escribe depósito? The answer is going to be something like con tilde en la primera O, meaning that it takes a tilde or a stress mark on the first O. So you can hear con tilde en la primera O. You can also hear va con tilde en la primera O. It takes a tilde, it takes a stress mark on the first O. Va con tilde en la primera O. Another option would be lleva tilde en la primera O. Lleva tilde en la primera O. Or tiene tilde en la primera O. Tiene tilde en la primera O. So you can hear any of these phrases making reference to where the accent mark goes. So if you want to ask how to write a word, you can say, for example, la palabra mamá va con tilde. Does the word mother take an accent mark? And then they will tell you where the accent mark goes.